Have you ever felt fear take control of you? The kind of fear that makes your chest heavy, your heart race, and your dreams feel impossible. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. It is like an invisible chain that holds us back, keeping us from living the life we were meant to live. This is the story of a young warrior named Ravi. On the outside, he looked strong, but inside he carried a secret battle. He was afraid. Afraid to lead, afraid to speak his mind, afraid to take the steps toward his true dreams. Every time an opportunity appeared, fear whispered in his ear, "What if you fail? What if they laugh? What if you lose everything?" And so, he stayed behind, watching others rise, while he remained chained by doubt. One evening, after another day of regret, Ravi looked up at the towering mountain of shadows. Legend said that at its peak lived a wise old sage who knew the truth about fear. Determined to change his life, Ravi packed a small bag, said goodbye to his family, and began the climb. The higher he climbed, the stronger the winds grew, the thicker the fog became, and the heavier his fear pressed on his chest. But he whispered to himself, "I cannot live like this anymore. I must find the secret." At last, Ravi found a cave where an old sage sat calmly by a fire. His beard was white as snow, his eyes deep and calm like a silent river. Ravi bowed and said, "Master, I am tired of being a prisoner of fear. Please, tell me how to defeat it." The sage opened his eyes slowly and smiled. "Sit, my child. Tonight you will not just hear the truth, you will live it. Fear cannot be defeated with words alone. You must face it." And so, the sage took Ravi through 3 trials. First, he led him to a wooden bridge swaying above a roaring canyon. Fear screamed, "It will break, you will fall." But the sage said gently, "Fear shows you what might go wrong. Courage shows you what you can do. Step forward." Trembling, Ravi walked one step at a time, until he reached the other side. His fear had lied. The bridge was not as dangerous as he imagined. Back at the cave, the sage placed a clay jar before him. Inside, something moved. Ravi froze. "What if it's a snake?" he thought. The sage shook his head. "Fear is imagination's trick. Only action reveals the truth." With shaking hands, Ravi reached inside and pulled out, not a snake, but a small, harmless bird. He laughed in relief. Fear had made him suffer before anything even happened. That night, the final trial came. From the darkness, a pair of glowing eyes appeared. A panther stepped forward, growling fiercely. Ravi's heart screamed, "Run!" But the sage stood tall and said firmly, "If you run, fear will chase you forever. Stand tall. Show it your strength." Ravi clenched his fists, his whole body shaking, but he stood his ground. He met the beast's gaze and refused to move. After a long growl, the panther turned and disappeared into the night. Ravi fell to his knees, trembling not from fear, but from the fire burning in his chest. "I faced it, and I won." The sage placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "Remember this, child. Fear is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It points to the very place where courage is waiting. Fear is not a wall, it is a door, and behind that door lies your freedom." When dawn came, Ravi descended the mountain. Fear still walked beside him, but it no longer ruled him. He carried the truth with him. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. So let me ask you, my friend, what fear is standing in front of you right now? Is it the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, or the fear of the unknown? Remember Ravi's lesson: fear is not the end, it is the beginning. Step into it, and you will find the strength that was always inside you. Because sometimes, one story is all it takes to give us the courage to change our lives forever.